Hey all, Bridget here, and welcome back to Techno Sugar Creations. We're having another game and chat today with some Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 in swap endurance mode. Please forgive me if my play is a little bit off or rusty. I just quit retail in pursuit of my freelance art career in YouTube, so I've been busy and as a result, away from the game a bit. Speaking of retail though, that segues into the subject of today's chat. We're going to be talking about something relevant to a fast approaching date, the Kentucky Derby. Now, if you don't know what the Kentucky Derby is, Wikipedia sums it up accurately as a horse race held annually in Louisville, Kentucky, United States, almost always on the first Saturday in May, capping the 2-week-long Kentucky Derby Festival. The competition is a Grade 1 stakes race for 3-year-old thoroughbreds at a distance of 1¼ miles at Churchill Downs. My definition? A 2-minute horse race that folks go absolutely bonkers for, and I can't for the life of me fathom why. But Bridget, what does this have to do with retail? You're probably asking, and if so, I'm glad you did, because you're about to get quite a horrifying answer. The retail job I quit, which for legal purposes we'll dub the store name as Sea of Savings, was literally a 15-minute walk from Churchill Downs where the Sporking Kentucky Derby is held. For so long, this annual bane of my existence was incomparable to all the holiday rushes we ever had at that store combined. Sea of Savings is far busier on Derby than any other time of year. Oh, but it doesn't end with the customer count. Oh no, not by a long shot. The clientele that made up this rush, predominantly a bunch of rich kids having a good time on mommy and daddy's credit card, literal mobs of these little brats that you could tell probably hadn't worked a day in their entire lives and thought they owned the world. They were little Karens in the making, to say the absolute least. Okay, let me just give you an example. I caught this one ritzy-looking little snob that couldn't have been more than a teenager, chugging one of those glass bottle Starbucks coffees, you know, the vanilla frappuccinos or whatever. She puts the empty glass bottle on the shelf and starts to walk away like she didn't do a dead burn thing. Of course, I wasn't about to let that crud go and accost her. Hey, you plan on paying for that coffee you just drank, right? The dementedly nonchalant answer I got in reply was, "Ugh, that nasty thing? Ugh, no, it was so disgusting I should be asking for a refund." Okay, now I'm starting to get angry. You can't even do that if you didn't pay for it in the first place, which you're gonna have to do because otherwise that's shoplifting. She narrows her eyes at me and says in a tone that was both terrifying and somehow hilariously sincere, "Excuse me, I could buy and sell you on my credit card, missy." Okay, now I blow up. First off, that's human trafficking, Sugar Cube. Second, there's cameras everywhere up in here and police on every corner outside. Now, are you gonna pay up or do we have to get the law involved? I was honestly kind of surprised she didn't try to use money further and threaten to hire a lawyer or something. Her face went kind of white and she ended up paying for the coffee. Go figure, right? Oh, but the Derby-related hijinks don't stop there, my friend. I would be so much more sane today if they had. Now, this one I wasn't there for, but it did end up affecting the entire staff for a while afterward. Another group of rich brats had entered the store, right? They straight up demanded to be let into the bathroom. All the registers were slammed with lines and other staff were trying to clean up. Get this, urine spilled all over the floor. Yeah, I'll get to how that happened in a minute. Long story short, staff were busy. So why'd these chumps think it was okay to not only break into the bathroom, but also abuse illicit substances while they were in there? Oh, and did I mention that out of anger, because they weren't let into the bathroom immediately, they stole parts out of the toilet? Valve and float, gone. No idea where they went. The icing on top of this moldy cake was how they got caught. One of the staff, who finally got a minute to breathe, was told that the bathroom was broken into and had the absolute misfortune to walk into said room and find two of the rowdy rich bunch having relations? Yeah, that's what we'll call it, relations. They bolted before anybody could really do anything, and we were left with only one functioning bathroom for a while after that. Okay, like, just wow. Why? Oh, and to sum up how urine got all over the floor, apparently some nutcase thought it would be a good idea to relieve themselves in a flower pot and put it on a top shelf. Alright, and a customer who saw that flower pot and thought, oh, that looks cute, I'm gonna buy that, and reached up onto the top shelf, pulled it down, tipped it over. Yeah, no, it was not pretty. And yeah, that was evil to clean up. I am 100% serious. I could not make this crud up. I wish I could. I would be one of the most successful writers of fiction on this planet if I could make that crud up. I mean, I could go on and on about this crud for hours. From the guy I caught knocking back a bottle of Jack Daniels by the ice cream freezers, underage no less, to the group of brats who blocked our doorway setting up derby bets via their phones and refused to move because too hot outside, too cold inside. Heck, I may make a whole other video on derby shenanigans alone. Like and subscribe for part 2. For real though, this isn't even to mention how derby affects other aspects of the surrounding area. It's not just some one-day town festival where one street is cut off for a few hours. No, this shuts down traffic for a big part of the city, meaning people who live in the neighborhoods or work near Churchill Downs are more than just a little inconvenienced getting to and from their homes and jobs. Like, okay, for example, the bus I would normally ride to work would normally drop me off just on the other side of the street, and it was like a 2-minute walk into work from there, if that. When derby time came, I had to walk like 40 minutes after getting off the bus to get to work. 40 sporking minutes. I can only imagine how hard it is for people who live there who have to get out to get to work. And in my humble opinion, the money derby brings in is not worth the trouble or the clientele it brings in. That's one good thing about the virus, that it almost all but canceled the 2020 2-minute horse race that puts the residents out and brings in the spoiled, careless, narcissistic little rich brats. Sorry. That's not to say everyone who attends derby is a ritzy teenager running around on their parents' money, though. I mean, if you're a decent human being who attends derby and doesn't make trouble, I got no issue with you. I might hate derby, but I don't hate you for enjoying it. In fact, derby wouldn't be nearly as bad if we had more decent, level-headed, compassionate attendees. If you're one of those mini Karens running around flashing a Platinum American Express that you're not even old enough to own on your own, though, you can kiss my grits. Whew, okay. That about wraps things up, though. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. A new speed paint is coming up soon. I'll leave a link to my website in the description, so if you like what you see there, you need a logo or some character art done, please feel free to commission me. I'll see you all later. Be blessed and stay blessed.